More low. We need more low. So today, we're gonna get some more low. That's right, guys. This is project on a dime, and it says exactly what it is. It's on a dime. This was completely done on a budget. You name it, we did it to make it happen, to make it work, and it came out awesome, and I love it. I want to go a little bit lower. So what's in it right now is a 3-4 inch static drop. Airbags would have been nice. That's what we really wanted to do. I didn't really want to cheap out on those from talking to other folks that do it. So it's not really in the budget to do a good set. However, we can go another inch statically, and that's about as low as we can get without completely, that's pretty much going to be bottomed out. But anyway, we're going to go with a 4-5 inch kit, which is just a 5 inch block versus the 4 on a budget. Remember that. We're using the shocks because they're only got like 4,000 miles on them. 2 inch drop spindles, 2 inch drop coils. That's going to eliminate the 3 inch drop coils that are in it now. So the front may actually ride a little bit better than it does. The rear, not so much. But that's okay. We're going to get it in the shop here, tear it down, and see what we can do.
Wanna taste the pain? I think I'm seeing all red. 2 bullets in the gun, 1 shot to the head. I need a blank space. 'Cause everything is a threat, but I never back down. Man, I'd rather be dead. I'm making love to fate. And she look better in bed. And I'ma rock this life till I take my last breath. I wanna make a change. I got 1 life left, so I'm gonna go down swinging. Don't you forget.
All right, it sits really nice right now. But just to hopefully prove that we are going to get the drop we want out of it, I'm going to go ahead and run a tape measure from the center of the fender well in the front and in the rear, jot that down, so at the end of the day, we'll see if we actually lowered it. Let's hope. All right, just show you what we got here. 26¼ front, 27½ on the rear, so it has about an inch rake to it, which I actually like because we actually use the truck, so it's just the right stance. Now, let's see if we can't get this thing in the air, pop the wheels off. I'm going to pull the front end apart. We'll take the spindles out, the coils out that have not been in there very long, and throw the new parts at it, grease the bearings, the whole deal, because it is the old school bearings in the front of this thing. And let's see what we go. What did I just say? See what we go? See what we got. We've had a lot of questions about our wheels that we have on the S10 because, well, they're not GM wheels. They're actually 17-inch steelies that we have weathered, obviously, to match the theme, that come off from a Dodge Charger, actually, like a 2011, I think it was. So we did 1-inch wheel spacers, adapters, which we also have to take off. So that's part of the reason why that is such a different look and you don't see much of it because, well, there's not much of them out there. So I totally dig the look. 18 would have been even cooler. Just drop this thing on airbags would be even cooler than that, but again, not in the budget yet, but it will be in the future. And of course, like everything I own, we have oil undercoated this truck as well. So, well, everything with this oil nasty coating on it, it won't rust, but it is a nightmare to work on. And a lot of places actually charge you more to work on these vehicles that are coated in oil undercoating. But personally, and it does suck, but we apply it here. It's totally worth it. If you're up here in New England or the Rust Belt or wherever, oil undercoat your vehicle, it saves it. All right, that literally only took like 20 minutes. I got the front end of this truck disassembled, other than I got to pull the rotor off, so the bearing and the rotor off with a spindle, and the upper and lower ball joint nuts. That is it. Down it comes, and we're going to be installing new parts I'm going to show you in a second. And these shocks look worse than they are. They're not leaking or anything. They're covered in oil undercoating, the Max Track, so those will actually be going back on it. But with that being said, let's unbox stuff and show you what I got. All right, here it is. Our friends over at eBay Motors, we got 2-inch drop coils. Now remember, the coils that are in the truck now are 3-inch. So we're actually going to gain a little bit of travel back to our suspension, but we're going to lose it here on the 2-inch drop spindles. But the ride in the front should actually be better. Now we're gonna still use the shocks that we have. It's within an inch. Like I said, we're going from a 3.4 to a 4.5, and they are lowered shocks, so it should be fine. And then our 5-inch tapered blocks for the rear, we're just going from a 4 to a 5 in the rear. We'll do that last. But I'm just going to finish disassembling the front, pull the rotors off, and start throwing some new parts at it. All right, out with the old boom, just like that. We got the front end completely stripped down. I mean, gutted out, gone. Spindles, coils, backing plates, shocks, wheel hubs, rotors, calipers, it's all off, it's stripped, and yes, we did check the front end before we tore this apart. Everything is tight because we did this whole front end like less than a year ago. So I'm gonna go ahead now and blow stuff down, get rid of some of this grit and this grime that's in here and get our isolator back on the top where it belongs. And then we're gonna throw our new coils in there, which are actually a little taller, so it'll be a little harder to get in. Then we start reassembly, and this front hopefully sits an inch lower on a budget. All right, pile of parts on the ground, good sign, good sign. So these new coils are actually longer because these are only 2-inch drop coils. Those were 3, so they're a little harder to get in. I'm gonna have to use the jack to bring up the spindle. I just threaded on the lower ball joint for the spindle. I'm gonna go ahead and lower the truck down and then come up on the jack. So go ahead and mate the upper ball joint to the new spindle. And then we'll go ahead and put the dust cover on, the shock in, and just start the reassembly process. It's not bad. All these like old muscle cars and stuff, two-wheel drive trucks, the old stuff, they're all basically set up the same way. Messy, dirty, greasy job, dealing with ball joints and all that front end work, and some people can't stand it, and depends on the day. But it's not a bad job, and I'm psyched to see this thing, how it's gonna sit. Hopefully, the way we want it to sit. So let me go ahead and lower this down and put the jack on it. All right, going up on the jack, gonna try and line that hole up with one hand. Ish. Clearly I missed. Wow, it's close. There we go. In it goes. And put the nut on, do the other side. I did say that these parts came from eBay, right? So they fit, they do fit. However, we have a slight clearance issue on the back of the spindle running into the upper control arm right there. It's literally rubbing. So right on the outside radius, it's rubbing. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna trim this. See how they just kind of left it like this? I'm gonna come down with it. This piece right here is just a dust shield bolt anyway, so technically I could really carve this out if I wanted to. So I gotta do that on both sides. Again, you get what you pay for on a budget. So I think just clearancing this out is gonna give us exactly what we need. So just be aware, stuff like this happens, just gotta learn to work around it. And just like that, we have full range of movement. Now, as the suspension travels up, you're gonna gain even more clearance here. I recessed it just in case, and we know we're not gonna have a problem even at full droop. But again, this is gonna go up, so that's gonna give us even more clearance, but we won. Let's go. Let's go? No. Yeah, okay. All right, the hub is on, the rotor, the whole deal. And the bearings, honestly, these have been packed. I kind of has a slight growl. I'm gonna keep an eye on that one. I feel like this one's been running hot too. We'll keep an eye on it. I don't have the bearings on hand today. I'll probably throw a set at it sometime soon. Not a big deal, it's not a huge job anyway. So all I got left is to throw the calipers back on it and then grease this whole front end and then tear the back apart. All right guys, there we go. Front end is done. I went ahead and greased everything. Like I said, we adjusted the bearings. I'm gonna probably change at least this outer one sometime soon. We'll keep an eye on it. The rear is simple as that. We're just taking out 4-inch blocks and putting 5-inch blocks in. I don't take you through all that, but I'll kind of show you what's going on back there in general. We're using those shocks as well. Should go easier than the front end, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the front tires on it, set it on the ground, see what it looks like before I even touch the rear. Just curious. She's low now, boys. Oh yeah, I mean, those tires are there. I think that, I hope it doesn't hit. It's gonna be freaking close. My God, we lost 1.25 inches. Yeah. So we got a little travel left, not much. And hopefully it doesn't hit. I'll be rolling the fenders, I guess. Well, let me throw the rib locks in. We'll take a look at this thing outside. All right, so same thing in the back. Everything's covered in nice oily film, but it's all still brand new. Look at that. It's just dusty and dirty. All I'm gonna do is take these 4-inch blocks out with the taper, and I'm gonna put the 5-inch in. So I'm just gonna get my jack, my pole jack over here, put it under the axle, take one side off, lift it up, throw the other block in there, throw the new bolts on, boom, tighten it up, done. Other side, done. That's it. Well, let's hope it goes a little quicker than the front. The front took longer than I thought it was gonna take, but it's okay, it's cool. It got really humid, like gross out. Ugh, dirty, greasy, what's with that? Anyway, the rear is all done. 5-inch blocks, tapered, installed, torqued down, U-bolts, the whole deal. It took literally like 20 minutes. And now I'm gonna lower it down and see if I literally sitting on the bump stops. I hope not. I hope we have a little travel and it's not just metal to metal. I'm gonna have to modify the bump stop or shave some of it or cut some of it off because I'm not gonna be able to listen to that thing going bang, bang, bang all the time. So let's lower it down, see what we did. Well, I know we're a lot lower because now it's sitting on the lift. The lift's all the way down. I'm gonna have to get creative, get this thing off the lift with my jack before I can actually take some measurements and show you where we're at. All right, so it's low. It looks pretty badass. The rear is a little higher than I would like because we dropped the front a little lower than it went, a little lower than planned. It's not bad though. It has a little bit of an aggressive stance. I kind of dig that. But I'm getting a little tire rub on the driver's side right there. So I'm gonna have to put that back on the lift and go ahead and kind of work this fender a little bit to see if we can't smooth some of that out, because I don't want to be rubbing tires all the time because that's no fun and no good either. But anyway, it looks pretty badass. She's low, like really low. Oh yeah. All right guys, I think that's gonna wrap up this episode. I just took it for another ride. I did a little bit of tinging with the hammer up inside the inner fender right there. This was the touch closest one, but otherwise that's it. I'm happy with it. It's lower. It's like 1.5 inches lower in the front. It's 1 inch lower in the rear. So that's like supposed to be a 4.5 drop. I think it ended up being like close to a 5.5 drop. So I'm not really sure that ended up the way it was. But again, eBay parts, you've got to be careful. You don't know what you're going to get. It is what it is. You're getting what you get. You know, when you're buying a set of coils for 90 bucks and a set of spindles for $120, you can only be so picky. So you got to expect that. But I think the look and the stance is right where it needs to be. It's nice and low. I'm super happy with it. Drop a comment, let me know what you guys think. We do intend to get this thing on bags eventually. It's just not in the budget right now, but I did want to drop it down some. So I think we achieved that. Then while I was doing that, I found the water pump is leaking. So we got to do that because we have a car show this weekend. Is what it is. Thanks for hanging. Scott Flip and Customized.